Welcome! In front of me is a Nothing Phone 2, and today I'll show you a couple of tweaks and tricks that it can do on this device. Now, that being said, I am recording this a second time around, so I'll probably be going a little bit quicker just because frustration. But anyway, that being said, let's just jump straight into it. A bunch of the things have already been changed. Like I said, second time recording, which I just realized that I ran out of storage space. So a bunch of the things that I want to show you are already changed, but I will still touch upon them. So starting off, you're going to navigate to the display section right over here, and I'm going to start off with the dark theme. So here, this is just a light and dark mode, which can enable or disable, but under that you do have a schedule, which allows you to set it on a schedule either from sunset to sunrise or on a custom timer, which obviously gives you the nice benefit of having your device be, for instance, in dark mode during the nighttime, so you don't get flashbanged by it, and during the daytime when you're outside and it's super sunny, the device will be in light mode, so you can have an easier time seeing what's on your display. Now moving on, there's actually another option that I want to show you, which is the Glyph interface. So I believe this is turned off by default, so you probably want to turn it on. And here we have a couple of things like the default ones, ringtones and notifications, and this just kind of allows you to choose some kind of a Glyph animation for the back, which for some reason isn't being displayed. Oh no, it is. Okay. Now I'm going to turn off the light so it's a little bit easier to see. So there we go. So I'm going to select save. Obviously, ringtones and notifications, basically the same. But below that we have a couple additional options like volume indicators, Google Assistant, Glyph timers, and so on. So as an example, the volume indicator, which is the easiest one to show, when it's enabled, when you start to mess around with your volume, it just shows you the level of your volume. Now this only goes up to here. This is the only part of the Glyph that is kind of affected by this. So there we go. You have also charging indicators, so when you plug it in, it will also use one of the Glyphs to display the charge status of it. So again, pretty nice option, and obviously it's one of those portions of the device that some people will buy this phone for the Glyphs at the back, so that's where the options are. Now let's move over. I'm going to go back to the display right here, and I'm going to go to status bar, which here we have the battery percentage. By default, battery percentage is enabled, and personally I like to have this device in a kind of like a minimalistic format, so have things take as little space as possible while still giving me the important information. And when it comes down to battery, I don't really care that it's at 98%. I can see that it's almost full, or full by the looks of it. And that's basically all I care for. But by removing the percentage, it gives me a little bit of a cleaner look to my status bar. And with that in mind, moving on to the next option, it will be the gesture navigation. So we're going to go into the settings and then system, gestures, and system navigation. And here we have the gesture navigation, and you can enable it from here. Obviously, I think by default we have the buttons. Doesn't look as clean as gestures, and I personally do prefer gestures in general. The way you navigate using them, for me it's just much more convenient over the outdated buttons. Unfortunately, we don't have an option to hide this bar at the bottom, as some other devices do have this option, but we do have the option to increase or decrease the sensitivity of the back gesture right here, which when you start swiping, it gives you this blue bar showing you where your finger needs to be, and swipe out of it in order to activate the gesture. Now with that being said, let's move over to the next option, which would be the going back into the display section. I'm kind of jumping around, but forgive me. So in here we have color mode, or colors, and by default this device will be set to alive, which every device comes with its pre-enabled saturated mode or vivid or whatever the heck they're calling it. In general, almost all of them are a little bit too overdone, a little bit too saturated, and it's very apparent when you have some kind of like images of, for instance, pencils, like color pencils or however you call them. and these look like they're literally glowing, which I don't know what kind of coloring pencils you have, but they usually don't glow in darkness, and these ones kind of look like they do because of the saturation. So I do like on every device, literally every device, set it to standard or natural, or wherever the phone is calling it, because Alive is good when the phone is, for instance, on a stand in a store, being compared to 20 other devices in the line, and obviously your eyes will be caught by the device that has probably the most flashy display. So hence saturated or vivid or whatever they're calling it mode will be a optimal mode for such a scenario, but as a typical everyday use I would probably recommend selecting it to something more reasonable, so it doesn't look so overdone, because some things might just not look very realistic. Now obviously if you like saturated colors to that extent, then don't worry, you shouldn't care about anything that I just said. It's your personal preference, and stick with it. Now moving on, another thing that I wanted to show is the game mode, which is in system. And there we go, right over here. Now in the game mode you can add games that you have downloaded or installed, and when you do, they will be then affected by whatever you have selected right here. So there's a couple things like the game color plus, which contrary to what it says, it's not actually color plus, it's shadow plus more like, because it alters the dark areas, so it tries to bring detail into them. I'm not exactly sure how it does this. I haven't really tested this option extensively, but there's a possibility that it could give you some kind of edge. So I'll just give you a hypothetical situation. If you're playing something like Call of Duty and you have some degenerate just camping under like staircase or some kind of shadows where it's hard to see it, this option could make it easier to spot this player, because it brings a little bit more detail into that dark shadowy area, so could be beneficial. Then we also have a mistouch prevention, and above that we have notification. Notification is pretty nice because it does reduce the size of notifications when you're playing, so by default that would be the size of it, while this one just makes it thinner and just puts it on a longer strip right here. Obviously for gaming this is probably more beneficial for you because it's blocking less of your middle of your screen, which that's usually when most of the things are happening. So anyway, with this being said, this would conclude the tweaks and tricks that I want to show you. So if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.